Well, good evening everyone. Welcome to the 7th week of Answer Smash here in lockdown. Same as previous weeks, it's 50 questions spread over 10 rounds, 5 questions around, quite quick fire. I'll be leaving the live chat up for the duration of this because it is quite quick fire. There's no marking at the end of each round, we'll just mark each question after each one. Just for information as well, if you want to follow me here on YouTube or Twitter, there's the details there. For details of any other quizzes, there's this quiz on a Friday, a standard pub quiz on a Tuesday, and any other details will be popped on there if you want to subscribe or follow there. But I think without further ado, we'll just get on with the quiz proper. For those of you who hadn't played before, it's very similar to House of Games, where they have a ground called Answer Smash. We have to try and smash answers together. For example, if this was the example question, you'd have a picture of a chimpanzee, and the question, what is the name of the monkey in the Winnie the Pooh books? You smash the two answers together, and you'd end up with chimpanzee or. So that's how the game works. You basically get the answer to the picture on the left and smash it with the question on the right. Be quite quick fire. It lasts about half an hour or so this. And then after 5 rounds, we'll just have a quick 2-minute break just for you to stretch your legs, let the dog out, grab a drink, whatever you need to do, and then come back and do the final 5 rounds. Like I say, I'll leave the live chat up and running during the quiz and see what's what. But I think without further ado, let's get on with round 1. And round 1 this week is flags. And the first question is, who is an English composer and impresario of musical theatre? Several of his musicals have run for more than a decade, both in the West End and on Broadway. So I'll leave a little bit more time just for that question, but it's combining the flag there. Answer on the right. And you would get the answer Paul Andrew Lloyd Webber for that one. Paul Andrew Lloyd Webber. So a little bit more time for these first couple, but we'll try and speed through as quickly as possible. So this one, who is a British science fiction comic hero who appeared in the Eagle comic story Pilots for the Future from 1950 to 1967? And again, combine that with the country's flag on the left. And the answer to that one would be Canadan Dare. Canadan Dare. Third one in the flags category is, what is the process of creating a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the sound that it describes? What is the process of creating a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the word it describes? And the answer to that one is Lebannonomatopoeia. Lebannonomatopoeia. Quite a nice easy word to say, that one. The fourth one in the flags category is, what is an Abrahamic religion that developed in Jamaica during the 1930s? It is classified as both a new religious movement and a social movement by scholars of religion. A religion that developed in Jamaica in the 30s, classified as both a new religious movement and a social movement by scholars of religion. And the answer to that one is Hondurastafarianism. Hondurastafarianism. And the last one in the flags category is, what is a volcanic archipelago in the Pacific Ocean? It's considered one of the world's foremost destinations for wildlife viewing. A province of Ecuador, it lies about 1,000 kilometres off its coast. Volcanic archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Ecuador. Combine that with the flag of the country on the left. And the answer to that is Senegalapagos. Senegalapagos. So that concludes the flags round. We now move into a round called CROONERS. Again, 5 pictures, 5 descriptions, just smash them together. So, what is a quadrilateral with one pair of sides parallel? What is a quadrilateral with one pair of sides parallel? And the answer to that one is Frank Sinatrapesium. Frank Sinatrapesium. Which brings us on to the second one in crooners. What is the perception of noise or ringing in the ears? What is the perception of noise or ringing in the ears? And that is Dean Martinitus. Dean Martinitus. On to the third one in the crooners category. What is the generic name for any chemical product which is used industrially and domestically to clean and to remove stains? It often refers specifically to a dilute solution of sodium hypochlorite. Generic name for a chemical product which is used industrially and domestically to clean and to remove stains. Combine that with the crooner on the left, and the answer you would get is Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé. Brings us on to the fourth one in the crooners category, which is, what is a BBC children's programme in which young chefs from across the country battle it out to impress judges John and Donal by cooking up delicious meals from scratch? A BBC children's programme in which young chefs impress the judges by cooking up meals from scratch. And the answer to that one is Harry Connick Jr. MasterChef. Harry Connick Jr. MasterChef. So one more in the crooners round. What is a song written by Jerry Marsden? It was first recorded by the band Jerry and the Pacemakers and released in late 1964 in the UK. A song by Jerry Marsden, first recorded by Jerry and the Pacemakers and released in 1964 in the UK. And the answer to that one is Brian Ferry Across the Mersey. Brian Ferry Across the Mersey. So that brings us to the end of the crooners category. We now move into animals. And the first animal question is, what is a TV show in which budding entrepreneurs get 3 minutes to pitch their business ideas to 5 multimillionaires who are willing to invest their own cash to kickstart the business? A TV show in which entrepreneurs pitch their ideas to millionaires in return for cash for the business. And the answer to that one is Komodo Dragon's Den. Komodo Dragon's Den. Second one in animals. What is a device that uses high voltage to electrically charge air molecules? These attach to positively charged particles in the room such as dust, bacteria, pollen, smoke and other allergens. And the answer to that one is a lionizer. A lionizer. Next one in animals, halfway through the round. What is a condiment made from plant seeds? The whole, ground, cracked or bruised seeds are mixed with water, vinegar, lemon juice, wine or other liquids, salt and often other flavourings and spices to create a paste or sauce ranging in colour from bright yellow to dark brown. A condiment made from seeds ranging in colour from bright yellow to dark brown. And the answer to that one is hippopotamustard. Hippopotamustard. That's my favourite one so far. There are better though. There are better. Question 4 in the animals category. What is a spreadsheet developed by Microsoft for Windows, macOS, Android and iOS? It features calculation, graphing tools, pivot tables and a macro programming language. What is a spreadsheet developed by Microsoft with its own language? And the answer to that one is an ibex cell. Ibex cell. Brings us to the last one in the animals category. Who are an English synth-pop duo consisting of singer and songwriter Andy Bell and songwriter and keyboardist Vince Clarke. They formed in London in 1985. English synth duo Andy Bell and Vince Clarke. And the answer to that one is Salamanderasia. Salamanderasia. That brings us to the end of the music round and on to logos. And the first logo to match with the question is: who was a prolific celebrity figure of the Restoration period? Praised by Samuel Pepys as one of the first actresses on the English stage, she became best known for being a long-time mistress of King Charles II. And the answer to that one is Chanel Gwynn. Chanel Gwynn. Second one in logos. Which group's debut single, I Know Where It's At, broke them into the mainstream, reaching number 4 on the UK singles charts? Their second single, Never Ever, was issued in November 1997. Which group's debut single reached number 4, second single, 1997. So again, the logo might be easier than the clue on the right, but obviously there is a link between the two, so one might always lead you to the other. And the answer to this one is Wall Saints. Wall Saints. 3 to go in the logos category. Who were an American musical duo active during the 60s and 70s, consisting of a husband and wife team? Rolling Stone ranked them number 2 on their list of the 20 greatest duos of all time. So smash that with the logo on the left. And you will get Nike and Tina Turner. Nike and Tina Turner. 2 to go in the logos round. Fourth one. Who is an English television presenter, radio DJ and former model, best known for his television roles with ITV, presenting shows such as All Star Family Fortunes, Beat the Star and Splash? And the answer to that one is Unilever K. Unilever K. Which brings us to the last one in the logos round. What is a British supermarket retailer headquartered in Leeds? The company was founded in 1949 when the supermarket-owning Asquith family merged with the Associated Dairies company. Supermarket, founded in 1949. Merge that with the logo on the left. And this is my favourite one so far. And it's my favourite because the answer to this one is Adidasta. Adidasta. So that's 4 rounds down, 1 more round to go before we have a quick 2-minute break, and round 5 is actors. First question in the actors round: what is a province in eastern Canada with a population of 923,000? It is the most populous of Canada's 3 maritime provinces and 4 Atlantic provinces. Province in eastern Canada. Smash that in with the actor on the left. And the answer to that one is Alpeci, Nova Scotia. Alpeci, Nova Scotia. Second one in the actors category. What is an American multinational pizza restaurant chain founded in 1960? The corporation is headquartered in Michigan. And the answer to that one is Marlon Brandomino's. Marlon Brandomino's. Question 3 in actors. What is a major city in Turkey that straddles Europe and Asia across the Bosphorus Strait? Its old city reflects cultural influences of the many empires that once ruled here. And the answer to that one is Daniel Day-Lewis Istanbul. Daniel Day-Lewis Istanbul. So just 2 to go in the actors category. Number 4 is, formerly Leopoldville, what is the capital and the largest city of the Democratic Republic of the Congo? Formerly Leopoldville, what is the capital and the largest city of the Democratic Republic of the Congo? So the trickiest one so far. The answer to this is Anthony Hopkins Chasser. Anthony Hopkins Chasser. And that brings us to the last one in the actors category. And before we have a little 2-minute break, what is a British television drama series? It is a prequel to the long-running Inspector Morse, and like that series, is set primarily in Oxford. And the answer to that one is Sacha Baron Cohen-Dever. Sacha Baron Cohen-Dever. So that brings us to the end of the first 5 rounds. We'll now have a little 2-minute break, just so we can get a little leg stretch or have a drink, let the dog out, whatever you need to do. But for back in 2 minutes' time, we'll have the remaining 5 rounds. I'll leave the live chat open during these 2 minutes as well, unlike the Tuesday quiz. If anyone wants to write their scores so far, 25 possible so far, and a further 25 after the break. But I'll put the 2-minute timer on, and we'll start again in 2 minutes' time. Okay, so that's the 2 minutes up, so welcome back. Hopefully that's given you enough time just to do what you need to do, grab a drink, stretch your legs, whatever. But we'll go back in now. We've got another 5 rounds to go, so hopefully this should hit us around about the 30-35 minutes in total for the quiz. So straight in with round 6, which this week is game shows. And the first question in game shows is, to match the picture of the game show on the left with the question on the right, who are an American R&B singing group from Oakland, California that achieved mainstream success during the 70s and 80s. Tracks include I'm So Excited and Jump. Again, just a few more seconds just to get back into the swing of things here. You can see some scores there being put on the live chat. 18s, 20s, good score there. Still 25 points available. But the answer to this first one in game shows is Tipping Pointer Sisters. Tipping Pointer Sisters. The second one in the game show category is, what is a biscuit confectionery item composed of a crunchy and rich rectangular biscuit base topped with a chewy and soft caramel filling and a shiny milk chocolate topping? Biscuit item, biscuit base, soft caramel filling and chocolate topping. As we go along, this is becoming my favourite answer. Because the answer to this one is, who wants to be a millionaire's shortbread? Who wants to be a millionaire's shortbread? Question 3 in game shows. What is a British historical drama television series set in the early 20th century, created and co-written by Julian Fellowes? And the answer to that one is Countdown Abbey. Countdown Abbey. Moving on to the fourth one in the game show category. What was the comic Duncan Norvell's famous two-word catchphrase? What was the comic Duncan Norvell's famous two-word catchphrase? And the answer to that one is The Chase Me. The Chase Me. Which brings us on to the last one in the game shows round. And it is, what is a children's nursery rhyme with repeated verses that reference various parts of the body? Children's nursery rhyme with repeated verses referencing various parts of the body. And this becomes my new favourite answer, because it is eggheads, shoulders, knees and toes. Eggheads, shoulders, knees and toes. Fortunately, that brings us to the end of the game show round, but moves us into the modern artists round. And the first modern artist. Born Marshall Bruce Mathers III, who is an American rapper, songwriter and record producer. In addition to his solo career, he was a member of the hip-hop group D12. And the answer to that one is Tracy Eminem. Tracy Eminem. Second one in modern artists. What is a township of the city of Johannesburg in Gauteng, South Africa, bordering the city's mining belt in the south? Its name is an English abbreviation for South-Western Townships. What is a township in the city of Johannesburg, Englishly abbreviated to South-Western Townships? And the answer to that one is Pablo Picasso-Etto. Pablo Picasso-Etto. Moving on to the third. Who is an English singer, songwriter and performer noted for a powerful bluesy contralto voice. She came to prominence as half of the duo Yazoo, but has since mainly worked as a solo artist. And the answer to that one is Salvador Dalison Moye. Salvador Dalison Moye. Just 2 to go in the modern artist category. What is Charles Dickens' second novel? It was published as a serial from 1837 to 1839 and released as a 3-volume book in 1838 before the serialisation ended. And the answer to that one is Andy Warhol Twist. Andy Warhol Twist. Brings us to the last one in the modern artist category. What is an American piano company founded in 1853 in Manhattan by a German piano builder, first names Heinrich Engelhard? What is an American piano company founded in 1853 by a German piano builder, first names Heinrich Engelhard? And the answer to this one, which I think is probably the trickiest one so far, so well done if you got it, Roy Lichtensteinway. Roy Lichtensteinway. And thankfully that brings us to the end of the modern artist round, but on to soaps. First question in soaps is, who was an English radio DJ and television presenter? He presented the shows Supermarket Sweep, the National Lottery game show In It to Win It, and Hole in the Wall. And the answer to that one is Emmerdale Winton. Emmerdale Winton. Second one in soaps is, real name Robert Underdunk Terwilliger Jr. PhD, who is a recurring character in the animated television series The Simpsons. He is voiced by Kelsey Grammer. With real name Robert Underdunk Terwilliger Jr. PhD, who is a recurring character in The Simpsons voiced by Kelsey Grammer. And the answer to that one is Brookside Show Bob. Brookside Show Bob. Going on to the next one, in the soaps, what footballer joined the Everton youth team at the age of 9, made his professional debut for the club at the age of 16, spent 2 seasons at the club before moving to Manchester United for £25.6 million in 2004. Which footballer from Everton joined Manchester United in 2004, £25.6 million? And the answer to that one is Home and Away Rooney. Home and Away Rooney. Brings us to the fourth one in the soaps. What descriptive name did poet Matthew Arnold give to the city of Oxford? What descriptive name did poet Matthew Arnold give to the city of Oxford? And the answer to that one is Holby City of Dreaming Spires. Holby City of Dreaming Spires. And this brings us on to the last one in the soaps. What is a song by English pop duo Wham, released in December '84 on a double A side with Everything She Wants? It was written and produced by George Michael and has been covered by many artists since its original release. And the answer to that one is The Last Christmas. Dallas and Last Christmas. The Last Christmas. So that brings us to the end of the soaps round. Now we move into Disney characters. First one in Disney characters is, often called pilchard, what is another common name used to refer to various small, oily forage fish in the herring family Clupidae? Often called pilchards, what's another name to refer to various small oily fish in the herring family? And that, of course, is L sardines. L sardines. Question 2 in Disney characters. Born Reginald Kenneth Dwight, who is an English singer, songwriter, pianist and composer. He has worked with lyricist Bernie Taupin since 1967. And the answer to that one is Rapunzelton John. Rapunzelton John. Question 3 in Disney characters. What was a military campaign of the Second World War in which the Royal Air Force defended the United Kingdom against large-scale attacks by the Luftwaffe? It has been described as the first major military campaign fought entirely by air forces. And the answer to that one is Simbattle of Britain. Simba and the Battle of Britain. Simbattle of Britain. Next one in Disney characters, 2 to go. What is a British television sitcom created, written and co-produced by Victoria Wood? 2 series were broadcast on BBC One from 1998 to 2000. And the answer to that one is Aladdin Ladies. Aladdin Ladies. Which brings us to the last one in the Disney characters. What is an urban park in Manhattan, New York City, located between the Upper West Side and the Upper East Side? It is the 5th largest park in New York. And the answer to that one is Maleficentral Park. Maleficentral Park. So that brings us rather nicely into the last round 10 this week, which is herbs and spices. 5 questions to go to the end of the quiz. First one, who is a fictional character in J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter fantasy novel series? His first appearance was in the first book of the series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, as the best friend of Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. And this might go down as my favourite answer of the day. Saffron Weasley. Saffron Weasley. Which sounds like a character in itself. 4 to go, so second one up in herbs and spices, meaning big tooth. What is an extinct species of shark that lived approximately 23 to 306 million years ago? Meaning big tooth, what is an extinct species of shark that lived approximately 23 to 3 million years ago? And the answer to that one is nutmegalodon. Nutmegalodon. Just 3 to go in the round and the quiz. Question 3 is, what is a dish made from beaten eggs fried with butter or oil in a frying pan? It is quite common for this to be folded around fillings such as cheese, chives, vegetables, mushrooms, meat, or some combination of the above. And the answer to that one is cardamomelette. Cardamomelette. 2 to go in this round and the quiz. What is the northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent? What is the northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent? And the answer to that one is Paprikashmir. Paprikashmir. Which brings us nicely on time to the last question of the round and the last question of the quiz. What city in Bolivia is the highest administrative capital in the world, resting on the Andes Altiplano Plateau or more than 3,500 metres above sea level? What city in Bolivia is the highest administrative capital in the world, resting on the Andes Altiplano Plateau, more than 3,500 metres above sea level? And the answer to that one is Vanilla Paz. Vanilla Paz. So that brings us to the end of the quiz. 5 rounds, 10 questions, potential 50 points on the board. Now, like I say, I'll leave the live chat open for another few minutes now if you want to put any comments in, or do have a little look and subscribe to me here on the YouTube channel or on Twitter if you want to get any more information about any up-and-coming quizzes. But hopefully you enjoyed that, and for the short term, like I say, I'll leave the live chat open just for any comments. Put your scores on as well. Any scores above 40 are always a great score, so do keep us posted, and hopefully I'll see you next week. All the best.